I will do bit much.
Ayla told me last night that she finished all the illustrations of her storybook. I'm just gonna take a look at them now. Alright, so here we have the three main characters, Lily, Isabella, and Andrew. Okay. And then this is the scene where they make a wish. That's pretty good that she knows how to add the text using Procreate. And a giant also appears. Like when I was little, I used to just sit and write and illustrate my own stories, and she's kind of doing the same in a digital way. She's eagerly waiting for the sheets to print. Just helping her put her story together. Thank you. Well done, honey. You know what's really great is that you just stuck at it. You had grit. Were there some parts where you felt that it was a bit boring?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you kept going anyway, and you've completed your book.
That's pretty, right?
That's gorgeous. Well, last week I shared with you guys that Ayla had been working on my laptop. She's just like a little 7-year-old, but like the amount of text that she was able to type up was just incredible. Of course, she's yet to learn to use speech bubbles and use her punctuation properly, but her spelling really is quite something. So I suggested maybe she could start illustrating the book and we can print it and make a little book together. And yeah, that was basically what she did. As soon as she was finished with her homework or her piano, she would work on her illustrations. After her dinner and her bath, she would come back on and work on the illustrations before going to bed. Often she loves to doodle on my iPad. She's watched me draw on Procreate enough that she kind of knows the gist. So basically we put together a rough draft. She even did the cover herself. She actually brought this storybook into class yesterday, and she was able to read her story to the entire class. So I think she was pretty chuffed with herself. The story is called The Magical House, and I'm going to run you guys through it. One day, two girls called Lily and Isabella and a boy called Andrew were playing together. Isabella is the youngest, Lily is the middle child, and Andrew is the oldest. But one day they woke up and their breakfast was gone. They asked their mum if she knew where their breakfast was. So this is Andrew going, "Where is our breakfast?" "Look," shouted Lily, "that frog has our breakfast." "Get it!" shouted Mum, but it was gone. So you see the wee drawing of the frog running away with, I think it's eggs on toast. "Look, a unicorn in my room. Cool," said Lily. "Wait," said Andrew, "the wish that we made last night came true." "Oh yeah," said Isabella, "but I wish that our house was magical but not in a bad way." "Yeah," said Andrew, "this is a problem." Suddenly, a backpack started to fly in the air. "Everybody get the backpack," said Mom. "Quick, close the door before it flies out the window." "How do we get back Lily's backpack back?" asked Isabella. "We will have to think of a plan," said Andrew. But basically, what happens is a giant suddenly appears, a very angry giant. "Girl, I'm going to squash you." They managed to escape, and they managed to get their backpack back, and they managed to get back into the house. They realized that the house became magical because they made that wish. So all they needed to do was make a wish that night that the house went back to normal. So that was what they did, and they woke up the next day and the house was back to normal again, and they lived happily ever after. So I did help here and there, just teaching her how to use speech marks, but I didn't want to help too much because like I think it's quite precious, like having it left the way it is. I'm always so amazed because Ayla's personality is quite like her daddy. Like she's very outgoing, she's very social, but she gets like the creative side from me, whereas like Isaac is very like his daddy in the sense that he's very analytical, he is very logical, great at math. His personality is very like myself, where he's quite introvert. You can definitely see parts of ourselves in each child. I cut myself a fringe, guys. I don't know. I'm such a sucker when it comes to like these videos. I never learn, but I don't think it looks that bad, you know. You know, the whole see-through bangs, like it's like I wanna try, but I'm scared to commit fully, so it always ends up being like this. I'm just having some dim sum with Kyle, and it's his first time trying a lot of dim sum here. What do you think so far? What is your favorite?
Delicious. I like
The fish cakes?
fish cakes,
It's like
yeah.
like a
Codfish
Chinese
cake.
fish nugget.
That's great.
I've ordered some dim sum for Kyle to try, so what I'm going to ask now is for him to rate each one out of 10 and tell us what he likes about it. What do you think of this one?
Delicious. My favourite's lovely. I'd give that a good 10 out of 10. It's fine, great.
This
Lots
one
of
is a
protein,
winner.
tasty. Yep.
What about this one?
These are great. I
Fish
like
cakes?
nice and crispy. Like a little bit of crisp inside there, good texture.
Do you know it's not just fish, it's got cuttlefish
Yeah,
in there?
yeah, you can tell
So
it.
you got the chewiness out of 10?
I like an 8. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. What about this one? You haven't really touched this one.
No, I like that. So the turnip inside there is nice. It's the nicest turnip I've ever had. And I like the little crispy outside on it. And then you've got some Chinese sausage inside there too. So I give that a good, as far as like a vegetable based one would go for me, I'd say a good 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this one?
There is so much food here, Lindy, though, that there's a lot to get through.
Well, I wanted you to try.
I haven't tried
What
it
do you
yet.
think of this one?
So this one is pork and prawn.
Prawn, yeah.
This is really, really good. I like we get 2 bites out of each one. You don't
quite
have
a
to
big one,
stuff it
like-
all in one go.
Yeah.
A
And it's
good
really-
9. A good 9. I like this one a lot. Yeah. This is really good.
It's got the beef inside.
Yeah.
What about this
Like
one?
that was his. Haven't tried that one yet either.
Okay.
So
And
I'm gonna
then-
get over to that one.
What about this one?
This is really good.
You can bring it home, by the way, if it's like too much.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna try this one, right? Okay, go for it. This one is prawn dumpling. It's a bit sticky.
Do I do it? I
I
go a
always
little
think it
dipper.
looks so pretty. Like it's all translucent.
It is pretty.
It's like a wee shell.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Good. Thanks.
That'd be one of my favourites. I'd say. Yeah.
it's
I'll give that a good 10. That's good.
So far, positive experience. No chicken feet today though. I can't tell you how much I have paid getting these 3M strips. When they first came out, I was like, oh my goodness, it's amazing. You can hang all this stuff. No need to like put nails in your walls. But the amount of money I have spent buying 3M strips and new frames, because all the times the paintings have crashed and fallen too many times. In about an hour's time, RG's brother and sister-in-law are going to be visiting. RG's parents no longer live, but he does have many brothers. So yeah, it really warms my heart to know that, you know, next year I'm suddenly going to have more brothers and more sister-in-laws. I'm just currently working on refining the painting that we've been working on. I'm just going to continue to refine this. But aside from that, like, it's pretty much done. Ready for some cleaning ASMR. I'm getting stripes on my mats. I haven't done a tutorial in a while, in a sense where I am the one taking the tutorial. Actually, is a guy called James Julier Art Tutorials. You can check him out. He makes so many different tutorials just using Procreate, and he makes it very easy to understand. And it's not like you need to download any like interesting brush. All the brushes that he uses are just the very basic brushes. But yeah, good news is I sent off my recent art print to be printed. Pretty soon it's going to be available on my Etsy shop. Also, little heads up, yeah, a lot of my older work I've actually gone ahead and reduced. For example, my A4 art prints, they've gone from 16 to 12. Ayla was on my laptop yesterday, and yeah, I guess she's writing a new storybook. This one is called The Greedy Frog. So I just finished doing a tutorial by a teacher on YouTube called James Julier. So yeah, bear in mind you're supposed to really take your time, but I was really trying to like keep up with James like while he was doing it. So definitely areas that I rushed, but all in all, I really enjoyed doing this. So tutorials are amazing because I think you need to do both. Like you need to play around with Procreate or whatever drawing app you're using, because even though tutorials are great and you can learn all the different ways to utilize the different settings and the brushes, sometimes because you're just following, you're not exactly learning to take initiative, right? Because a lot of times they'll tell you what color to use. It's kind of like traditional painting, like how they say it takes years for you to like learn to mix your colors, how to choose the right colors. It's just the same for digital. Like the more you paint by yourself, the more you sort of learn to pick colors.
You know what? I'm actually enjoying Young Sheldon. I tried watching it way back and I couldn't get into it, and it wasn't until years later that I thought I'll give it a chance, and it's actually a very heartwarming show. It's actually mad how much Missy and Sheldon remind me of my son and daughter.
As some of you guys know, when the kids go, I like to spend time with my grandmother because yes, she's in her 80s and she's very fit in her 80s, but you know, she's still an elderly lady in her 80s, in her late 80s. So as a general standpoint, my grandmother, I suppose like her health is good. She really doesn't, I mean, of course she's got her aches and pains, but it doesn't stop her. She's still always out doing something, and I really do feel that is the key to longevity.
Granny soup. I haven't had soup in so long, so this is everything. Falling asleep. Keep telling her to go upstairs and nap. Nope.
我灰色我婆婆，你说你出边做诶 ？She's making sure. 这样 ，OK。